Hello. 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 In ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ volume. Hello. Guys, happy morning. I think we always work on 3 times. ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಒಂದು ವಾಯ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವಾಯ್ಸ್, ಮೂರನೇ ಸತಿ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್. ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್. Okay, for the third time. Happy morning. Guys, the difference between successful people and not successful people is not your academic skills. The difference between successful people and not so successful people is not. Sorry. Okay. Difference between successful and unsuccessful people is just this attitudinal skills. A chaiwala becomes the prime minister, and the same chaiwala becomes the greatest prime minister the world has ever seen. Go to Perplexity, give proper condition and ask him, as per these terms and conditions, can you tell who is the best prime ministers of the world? It will always display Narendra Modi. You just ask him again with a proper condition. A man who has worked selflessly, not even taken one day leave from past 30 years of his service towards the nation. A man who stood up during the corona time not for himself. He followed Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and told the entire world is one family. A man who did not actually take even one day's break, and no jet lag was a jet lag for him. Still he worked during those jet lag time. Is there any such prime minister who has selflessly helped the world? Can you list one among the best prime ministers of the world? It again tells you Narendra Modi. It doesn't tell you Trump. It is also not going to tell you it is Putin. It is Narendra Modi ji. But this Narendra Modi ji, who started as a chaiwala, today becomes the greatest prime minister of India. Now there is something to learn out of it. He started as chaiwala, but how many of you here are starting as chaiwala? You are starting at the best possible position. That is, you are a BCom or a BBA student. You can jump much taller than what that guy has jumped. It is pure science. There is this girl who lived in the forest. What would be the mentality of a people who live in the forest? They have very limited thought process. They have limited dream. I think they wouldn't even know the meaning of dream. But this girl, right from her childhood, she wanted to set an example to the tribal people and show them I as a woman can do a difference to this world. I as a woman can stand taller, so taller that all of you are going to feel proud about yourselves, and you will also feel you can also reach that pinnacle. And this tribal woman happens to become the greatest president, the present president of India, the first citizen of India, Draupadi Murmu. I think she also deserves a small talk on this particular topic, because we are talking about career opportunities, we are talking about the paths. And this lady, when she did not know where she is going to land, she chose the right kind of paths every time. And today she is in some place because she knew that path will take her higher. And now you guys are sitting at one particular place. You're going to ask yourself, what after my Bachelor of BBA and what after my BCom? After my Bachelor of Commerce, after my Bachelor of Business Administration, what next? How many of you would have thought beyond this? How many of you have thought beyond this chaiwala, and how many of you have thought beyond this tribal woman, and how many are going to think like this fisherman's son? Because every time he went fishing, when his father forcefully took him, he also went by choice. His father thought he's interested in the contents inside the ocean, when he was also looking at the ocean just like anybody else. but what you call his own friends, they were looking in the sea for the fishes. He was looking at the reflection of the moon, and he always told, I want to go onto that moon. And that was this Abdul Kalam, the missile man of India. And he started as a fisherman's son. People who are sitting here, most of you have certain resistance thinking what my father is. And do you think that is responsible for your success? Let me say this beautiful statement. If any one of you sitting here, if you're going to be successful, it is only because of you. And even if you're going to be a failure, again it is only because of you. If this Chaiwala became very successful not because of his near cousins, not because of his parents, not because of his mother. Yes, all of them are directly, indirectly would have contributed to whatever you wanted to achieve. But let me tell you, for his success, he alone was responsible. For Abdul Kalam's success, he alone was responsible. And for this Draupadi Murmu's success, she alone was responsible. Nobody else was responsible. Right now, all of you are sitting here on this chair. It is a question that you will have to answer right now. ಈಗಲೇ ನೀವು ಆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Who is responsible for my success? You are responsible for your success. And again, if you are not going to be successful, let me tell you, nobody else is responsible for that. You alone are responsible. It is the right time for you to take up this choice, take up the decision that my future lies in me and I am going to work exactly like that. There is this beautiful wordings from Henry Ford, who very beautifully told, if human mind thinks it can, it can. The same human mind, if it thinks it cannot, it cannot. He very beautifully told. But this was told much, much more earlier. In our epics, we told, Aham Brahmasmi. If I think I can, I can. If I think I cannot, I cannot. Because that Brahmanda is me, that Brahmasmi is me. If I can create and if I think I can create, I can create. If I think I cannot create, I cannot create. It is Aham Brahmasmi. Right now, people sitting here, it is a choice you will have to make. I am sitting here, and today, if I think I want to reach that highest peak where I will have my own company and it will be one of the top 3 companies of India, if you decide, it shall come to you, and that decision has to be made by you. Because Aham Brahmasmi, what you think you can, you can. What you think you cannot, you cannot. And let me tell you, Dushman kahan hai? दुश्मन बगल में नहीं है, दुश्मन अंदर है. When you don't get up every day at 4 o'clock, knowing that 4 o'clock is the most sacred time for you to get up, when you don't get up at that Brahmi Muhurta and do the most important job of your life, दुश्मन बाजू में नहीं है, दुश्मन आप हो. You did not get up. Your brother gets up or not, that is his problem. But you did not get up, it was only because of you. When there is a choice of attending an additional session, an extra session, be it Saturday, be it Sunday, you made up the choice. Dushman bagal mein nahi hai, dushman andar hai. Are you going to bring a dushman from inside who is going to actually be an hurdle for your career, or are you going to become a friend of yourself who can help you to grow? Because for Modi ji to become very, very successful, the friend in him was responsible. He killed the dushman in him, and every time a choice was given, he executed the right choice, and today we see him in that particular state because he made the right kind of choices. Because I am talking about any kind of a career path, let me also tell this beautiful line, because whenever you see people becoming successful or not becoming successful, it is only because of 2 reasons. Anybody who has become successful, he has made the right kind of choices. Just starting at that particular place where a chaiwala started, that doesn't guarantee you a prime ministership. Just because you started as a tribal girl, that doesn't guarantee you a presidentship. But every time when you are standing in whatever place you are, if you are making the right kind of choices, that right kind of choices can help you to actually reach the destination what you want to reach. All of us are given these choices equally, because in God's book there is nothing called as wrong. And in God's book there is nothing called as denial. If you think you want it, it shall be given to you, but delay will be there. Delay will definitely be there. But if you are ready to hold on to that delay, then definitely you will see one day or the other that gift will be given on to you. But are you ready to hold on to that delay without not changing the direction? Most of us are not ready to do that. And every time a chaiwala thinking that he is going to become a prime minister, a tribal woman who becomes the president, and even this fisherman's son who becomes the greatest scientist, they were also given the same kind of choices which you and me get on a daily basis. We always get a choice. When we get a choice, are we deciding on the choice based on where I want to go? If that is what exactly is your decision, then definitely you will reach whatever place you want to reach, because it is aham brahmasmi. If I think I can, I can. If I think I cannot, I cannot. But are you making that decision? No. Why you are not making that decision? Because God plays a beautiful trick called as life trick in every one of you, because in every choices what he gives you two kinds of emotions. ಯಾವುದೇ choice ಕೊಡ್ಲಿ, he gives you two kinds of emotion. Emotion 1, pleasurable experience. Emotion 2, painful experience. Whatever you have been doing right from your primary school days and high school days and +1 and +2 and then graduation first year and second year, ask yourself, most of the time your choice when it was given, you always chose the pleasurable choice because that was convenient and that is what you were craving for. But anything that is pleasurable now will be permanently painful in future. And anything that is painful now will be permanently pleasurable in future. We forget the simple trick played by life and we always want pleasure and pleasure and pleasure and pleasure. Your teacher identifies one of your communication skill is not up to the mark. Your teacher has told you multiple times, you have stage fear, that will not work. You will have to get rid of this stage fear. Why don't you join a public speaking sessions or public speaking classes? Learn public speaking skills. Are you ready to implement that? No. Why? Every time there is a choice given, learning or writing or going for a class is not a pleasurable experience. It's a painful experience. You don't want to do that. And every time you want to do the pleasurable experience, you consistently keep on opting for pleasure. When you keep on opting for pleasure, you have forgotten anything that is pleasurable today will not be pleasurable tomorrow. Even in career paths. So when you choose a career, you should definitely make a choice where there is pain now, because anything that is painful today will not be painful tomorrow. Let me take up a simple example. Every day I want to get up at Brahmi Muhurta. They say the right time to get up should be much before 4 o'clock. But let me at least fix an alarm at 4 and get up at 4. Exactly at 4 when the alarm rings, what is your mind telling you? Your mind wants you to get up, but when you really want to get up, what does your mind say? It is okay if you sleep for half an hour more. What has happened? A choice was given, an experience of pleasure and pain was given. You wanted pleasure because sleeping early in the morning, you feel it is the best time for you to sleep because you get much more better sleep then, because that time itself is so energized. How do we define this Brahmi Muhurta? Early in the morning, before the sun rises and after the sun rises, that time is called as most energized time of this 24 hours day. So in that particular time, with little efforts, you can get maximum benefit. In that particular time, you need not forcibly force yourself to sleep. If you just lie down, you will get such a deep sleep because that is the most energized time. But what you should do, you should be utilizing it for the most fruitful work of your life. What is that? Studies. If you can push yourself to studies, with little efforts you can get maximum benefit out of it, but you don't do that, you consistently fall for pleasure and slowly you become the laziest lot. You don't become that positive personality. You start getting used to these negatives. Why do you start smoking? You start smoking because you fall for that pleasure. You want that pleasure. Why one glass of coffee would have actually helped you to keep yourself awake early in the morning. One more glass of coffee in the evening would have kept you alert when you feel like tiredness and you want to feel like I don't want to go to bed, I want to study. It's beautiful. But anything taken more, you want more pleasure, you want more caffeine. So anything that is taken more, slowly what happens, the same pleasure what is today pleasurable will not be pleasurable tomorrow. It will ask for more. Today one cigar was pleasurable thing to you. Today getting up at 6 o'clock was a pleasurable to you. But tomorrow it will not. Tomorrow when the same 6 o'clock comes, you feel like, no, I want to sleep for 15 minutes more. Why? Yesterday 6 o'clock is not comfortable today after 15 days, after 1 month. You want more. In Martira, you automatically push yourself. Instead of 6 o'clock, let me get up at 6:15. Instead of one cigar, let me take up two cigars. Instead of wasting time 1 hour, let me waste for 2 hours. Initially, I used to go to Facebook, I used to spend some time of 1 hour there, but I used to feel that 1 hour of time spent there is okay. And slowly I start realizing 1 hour is not giving me that kick, it's not giving me that pleasure. One peg is not giving me that pleasure. One cigar is not giving me that pleasure. One coffee is not giving me that pleasure. Why? Anything that is pleasurable today will not be pleasurable tomorrow. Slowly you want more and more and more. That 6 o'clock becomes 6:15, 6:15 becomes 6:30, 6:30 becomes 6:45, 6:45 becomes 7, 7 becomes 7:15. I have seen some of them even get up during their non-college working days at 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Why? Because you were not able to attack this pleasure and pain. You fell as a slave to this pleasure and it will make you feel for your lifetime, and that is what happens. Initially one cigar was pleasurable, now one is not helping you. You want two, you want three, you want four, you want five. Let us see on the other side. Anything that is painful today will not be painful permanently. It will give you permanent pleasure in future. Today I woke up at 4 o'clock. I wasn't comfortable. I was having a painful experience. Okay, I'll still get up for 9 days. On the 10th day, on the 11th day, slowly you start seeing lot of changes in you. What are those changes? What I felt when I used to get up at 4 o'clock, after 15 days or after 30 days, I'm not feeling the same. The pain has reduced. What I used to feel when I consistently studied for 3 hours, that I'm not feeling now. I feel like I can push it to 4 hours. Why? Anything that was painful yesterday will not remain painful today. You can extend it, you can grow. So that 2 hours of studies become 2.5 hours of studies, 2.5 hours becomes 3 hours of studies, 3 hours becomes 4 hours of studies. If you make up your mind from tomorrow, one day I will reach that Brahmi Muhurta and I will start waking up at 4 o'clock. Don't do it all of a sudden right tomorrow at 4. You'll have to gradually start getting up a little early and little early and little early, so that slowly that painful experience will not be so much painful and you will start enjoying. The entire process is like this. Anything which is painful now, acquire that pain consistently, that pain becomes little less. We say painless. When you continue in that pain, kammi irodu, painless, it becomes painlessness. From pain, painless, from painless, from painlessness. This is how the world is divided. So from today, whenever you are given a choice, ask what is that choice giving you an experience of. If the choice is giving you an experience of pleasure, don't execute it. Anything that is pleasurable today will be permanently painful in future. I don't want that. Let me take up something which is painful now, because I know anything which is painful now will give me pleasure in future. But I'll have to spend some time in that pain. Pain becomes painless, painless becomes painlessness, and then you go to the next level. But when you go to the next level, increase your target. A chaiwala did not one day become a prime minister. All of a sudden, one day this Draupadi Murmu did not become the president, and one day this Abdul Kalam did not become the scientist. They went through this process where they slowly transformed themselves from what they were to what they have become by making and executing the right kind of choices. Opportunities will equally hit every one of us. In God's accounts book, there is nothing called he's been given more and he's been given less. God gives everybody in the same quantity. Opportunities will strike each and every one of you in the same quantity, but at different intervals of time. Some of you may see it early, some of you may see it little late, but in God's book there is nothing called as wrong accounts. There is always going to be a perfect account. But are you ready to grab that opportunity when an opportunity comes? That is what is your skill set. Right now at this particular part, because I'm talking about your career opportunities, after your BCom what? After your BBA what? For this after BCom what? After BBA what? Are you in the right mentality to accept whatever I say and start working seriously from now so that by the next academic year, by 2027, your final year completes, even in the campus drive, if it is not in the campus drive, I should be getting into the best of the best job possible. Let me start preparing for that right from now. That is the objective of today's session. So we will start discussing one by one. The first part is career guidance, and definitely we are going to do. Your degree, always do not think that is a end point. Most of you, the way you have started your academic journey, what was your thought process? The moment I go and complete my graduation, I think my career and my learning comes to an end. No, let me tell you, your learning starts a new track and a new beginning would happen. So your BA and BCom completion is not the end point, it is the starting point to make up your career. Again, I am telling you, your BA or BCom or BBA final year and completion is a starting point. From there, your journey of making up your career will start. So you will have to start very seriously looking at it. See, few of you would definitely think, let me go for a job. Yes, if I want to go for a job, I need to answer few queries. What kind of job I want to go? What kind of skill sets I have so that the job is going to be easy for me and the job could be available for me. Because it is always competition. Survival of the fittest. You go to any interview, you will not be the only person who is attending the interview. There will be hundreds, there will be thousands of them who have applied for the same job. For you to stand taller among all those 1,000 people, your academics will not decide, because your academics, when is a decision point, you will still get the thousands of them, because all are BCom graduates and all are being invited for an interview. But in the interview, to get through that interview and get that job, you need other skill sets. That is why this class is all about. So let us understand, if I need to get into a job, how should my preparation be for the next 6 to 9 months? Next, if I am looking for certain professional certification, I want to go for a data analytics certification, data science certification, digital marketing certification. I want to get into any kind of a research and I need to complete some research based certification. Yes, the more such certifications you have, the more value added will become your resume. You will start actually looking taller and people will select you. So it is very important you add up as many skill sets as possible, but relevant skill sets. Why I say relevant skill set? You may be an extremely good chef. That's not going to help you. You are an extremely good rangoli artist. That also will not help you. You need the relevant kind of a skill set that can help you. So what kind of professional certifications you can look for? Are you ready to qualify yourself for an higher academic qualification so that the job placement would be much easier and you will be among very few of them when you are applying for the same job? The moment I say BCom and BBA students are eligible right now for a particular job, what happens? All of you will become eligible. What is the purpose of an interview? The purpose of an interview is to shortlist from many to few. That's all. How do I select from many to few? The best way is I will say, how many of you are MCom and MBA holder? Please stay back, others can leave. If I have 20 of them, I will continue with the same decision. If all of you go, then I may change my choice because I don't have candidates. But is there a dearth of candidates in Bangalore, in Karnataka, in India, in the world? No. So the highest the qualification, the better you are for the job. Because when shortlisting happens, either the shortlisting happens manually by an HR. Today, none of the companies do it that way. Most of the shortlisting is done by the AI tools. You fill up few details, the AI tool starts giving you various points, and according to the points, you will be called as the most suitable candidate for the job. If there is a BCom, assuming for every graduation he gives for 5 points. If there is an MBA, he will give an additional 5 points. So the count of that particular student who is an MBA will be 10 points, but a BCom will be only 5 points. Why? The count goes higher because you have done more academic qualification is being acquired. But it should be relevant. So in the same manner, I have done multiple such certification, more points will be added up, provided that particular skill set is very close to this particular job. AI tool tries to shortlist candidates according to the kind of exposure you have. Nimge ya academic skill sets ide, yav certification madidira, does that certification have a value addition for this position of the job? If it is, then it starts giving you points korta hogutte. The more number of points he gives, automatically nim points to jasti adostu, among the top list you will be the first 10% or 20%. That is the reason if 500 of them send an interview email, job interview request email, only 50 will be called for the interview, because the 50 from 500 to 50 is being done by the AI tool. So for the AI tool, you need to have more such additional skill sets which can make him actually give you more points. So that is one. Next, if you have an higher qualification, that becomes a value addition. And even after that, when I say you want to go for a better jobs, you can also get into government jobs by taking up many competitive exams, trying to aim at IAS, IPS, and many such exams are there which you are mostly welcome. You can do it. A second PUC failed student has become a IPS officer. A movie has been released and it is being told, yes, even if you have failed in plus 2, it doesn't mean that you cannot qualify for competitive exam. Even if you are a chaiwala, that doesn't actually say that you cannot become successful. There is an example that a chaiwala has become a prime minister. There is a beautiful saying, where there is a will, can you say it 3 times? Where there is a will, there is a way. One more time. Where there is a will, there is a way. No, there is always a way. Do you have the will? The way is always there. A chaiwala has become a prime minister. A mentally slow person has become the greatest scientist. People, if they would have researched how this boy was Thomas Alva Edison, how this boy was Albert Einstein, many of the schools were not ready to give them admission. They also told if they would have come for admission, we wouldn't have given them admission, because we also would have classified them as slow students and we would have asked them to go for a special school where such slow and mentally retarded students will be taught. But today they stand up as one of the greatest scientists, because both of them have more than 1000 inventions under their cap. Why I am telling you this? Where there is a will, there is a way. No, there is always the way. Do you have the will? A village boy becomes the greatest Narayan Murthy. A village girl becomes Narayan Murthy's pillar. I am talking about Sudha Murthy. The greatest brain which people wanted to take after his death, even from the grave, and they wanted to do a research, and that great scientist, what we call for Karnataka, is Dr. Sir M. Vishwesvaraya, and that man's brain was considered to be the most smartest brain, and it was not developed in a Bangalore city, it was not developed in a New York City, that also came from a very remote village. Where you start does not matter, do you have the will? That is what matters. There is always a way. People have gone from such extreme non-possible places to such extreme pinnacles. There is always a way. Can you ask yourself, do you have that will? From tomorrow, I want to get up at 4 o'clock. Do you have that will? From tomorrow, maximum time I am going to spend in actually building myself. Do you have that will? That will what the chaiwala had, that will what this actually fisherman's son had, that will what this tribal woman had. Do you have that will? I want to God also cannot deny if you say I want to, because it is Ham Brahmasmi. If you think you can, you can. If you think you cannot, you cannot. This is the choice you will have to make. I want to be an IAS officer. First make the decision. Then we will see how are you going to actually get into that. So it is very important. After this is the starting point. Do I want to go to government offices? Make the choice. Do I want additional certification? Make the choice. Do I want to actually get into a job? That too, it has to be the best job. It is not that I want any ordinary job. Any ordinary job is again your choice. I should have just become a small officer. If that is your choice, then you should become a small officer, live as an officer and die as that small officer. Every time you actually have this choice, I want to become great. If you don't say yes, it will not work for you. You will be the first person who has to say yes. And again, for your success, your yes is responsible. For your failure, that no was responsible. Because every time an opportunity or somebody told you can become this, and inside your mind or your heart started telling, I can definitely become this, somewhere the negative mind told it cannot, and you continue to follow that. The choice is in your hand. Whether you want to go for government, whether you want to become an entrepreneur. Who says business cannot be started and it cannot be grown into a world-class business? We have seen a lot of people who have studied from such remote villages and today they are on the highest level of stock market raise. I am talking about Narayan Murthy. It is possible. We are talking about even Google. Our Pichai, who came from a very remote village. Yes, he studied in IIT Kharagpur, that's a different story. But his beginning also started from a very remote village. So there are every possibilities that each and every one of you sitting in this hall, you can reach that miracle. For that to happen, whether you have made up your choice, there is a way. No, there is always a way. Do you have that will? Mujhe kuch karna hai. That is what you will have to do. I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to go for global opportunities. Can I acquire international qualifications? Can I upgrade for an MCA in abroad universities? Can I upgrade for MBA in abroad universities? Yes, the possibilities are there. The big question is, what after BCom and BBA? If you have answered this rightly, yes, there are multiple places where you can get into. If I am talking from the career ecosystem, all commerce students, if I am only talking about BCom, you can get into accounts and finance. Further, relevant additional skills has to be acquired. You cannot become successful just like that. Do you know Narendra Modi was excellent in his communication? No. Narendra Modi was excellent in his public speaking skills? No. Narendra Modi had excellent idea about managing things? Definitely not. He started learning over a period of time and started growing along with that. And today where he has reached, he has learned all those skill sets. He did not put a full stop to learning the skills. Right now, you should also not put a full stop to learning the skills. You should start learning as many skill sets as possible that can take you and make you reach that pinnacle, that dream of yours. You want accounting and finance, there are a lot of courses that you will have to do and upgrade. You want to get into banking and financial services, yes, that is also one kind of a field. Taxation audit, right kind of courses. Business analyst, data analyst, you could always think of. Then digital business, digital marketing, digital analysis, all this, sales, HR and operations. Even a BBA or a BCom, both of you are eligible for both of this. A BBA graduate, this is for a BCom graduate. What kind of career ecosystem you can get into? For a BBA, because it is a management, your choice was management, so you have management related jobs. So on management and operations, you can become business development officer, you can become a business consultant, and you can start your own startups. You can start your startup and start bringing that enterprise from a small organization to a multi-billion organization. It is very much possible. Today, the startup ecosystem, how it is going to help you right from the time you start a business till the time you grow up big. It is a beautiful system. Earlier, it was not the same. Incubation anta kelittira. ಒಂದು ಪಾಪು ಬರ್ತ್ ಆಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಉಸಿರು ಆಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅನ್ಕಂಫರ್ಟಬಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಿಂಗ್. ಈ ನೀಡ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಕೇರ್, ಈ ನೀಡ್ಸ್ ಎ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಲಿ, ಈ ನೀಡ್ಸ್ ದ ನರ್ಸ್ ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಲಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಪಾಪುನ ಇನ್ಕ್ಯುಬೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಕೇರ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಅದೇ ತರ ಇಫ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕೇಪಬಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್, ಇಟ್ ನೀಡ್ಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಕೇರ್, ದೇ ಪುಟ್ ಯು ಇನ್ ಟು ಎನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಯುಬೇಷನ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಮಾನಿಟರ್ ಯು, ದೇ ಪುಷ್ ಯು, ದೇ uplift you, and then when you are strong enough to handle yourself, they will release you. That is the beautiful startup ecosystem you have. Go through the websites. Today the ecosystem is so user friendly. Getting a loan would not be difficult at all without any securities. MSME is ready to give you loan. Or you having that skill set of telling that I have a business and this business can grow multi-folds. This is the business project what I have. This is the actually the next 5 years propaganda what I have, and this is what the growth you can expect. If you have that in you, if you can explain it, MSME is ready to actually fund you, not lakhs. They can fund you in crores, provided your idea is really interesting and you have that zeal and enthusiasm in you that I can do it. That's all. They will help you, they will support you, they will bring the right kind of help from wherever possible, and they will actually help you. This is called as incubation centers, and this is a central government initiative that is being taken to improve the number of startups that is coming up and build a better ecosystem for new startups. So you can do that. Your marketing and sales, you need to be very strong in digital marketing. Gone are the days where people used to advertise on media and other kind of places. Today everything is on social media marketing and digital marketing, brand management, and any kind of performance improvement. You need to know how marketing and sales works. You should be strong there. HR and finance, that also can be your field, and starting your own entrepreneurship or uplifting one of your existing business of your parents and trying to take it to the next level, that can also be planned. So these are few things. When we talk about a BCom versus BBA, where do we land? Most of the BCom will be finance related, accounting and finance related, taxation related, banking related, fintech and financial operation. And most of the BBA parts will be managing the business, management and marketing, sales and HR, operation and business development, entrepreneurship and business analytics. Accordingly, the skill sets has to be acquired. So we will look at what kind of important skill set is required. I want to actually reach that particular position. Now, what kind of skill sets I should have? Let me explain you. A degree alone is not enough. A beautiful formula that we tell every young entrepreneur is, the formula for success is, today you cannot escape from artificial intelligence. No AI and know how to handle data. Today, the business lies in the data that you can handle. If I want to know what is the kind of growth my company has, if you can give your financial data to me, I can feed it to a chartered accountant and he can tell you what is the strength of the company, what is the future of the company, is this is a scalable business or this is not a scalable business. We can always predict and we can tell you all that comes in data. So how to capture the data, how to analyze this data. Next would be the communication. All of you, irrespective of where you study, if you can consistently work on your communication skills, if you can improve on your communication skills, nothing like it, it can help you to grow your career. Communication plays an important role. And also go through certain books and portals where it talks about new startups that is coming. ಸಿ ಹೇಗೆ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು, ಯಾವುದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್. You can look at the trailer of a movie and you can always say this is going to be a super hit. Few of you have already decided Toxic is coming in 2 days. I'm going to watch it the first day, first show, because I strongly feel this can make a difference. So looking at the trailers, if you can analyze the entire business and you can tell this business is going to be a hit or it is going to be a flop, the same thing is possible for you also. The distributors who pick up the movies, they always decide on the movie, not watching the movie for 2.5 hours. They even decide to come and talk to the director who is trying to sell the film, come and talk to the producer who's trying to market his film, not asking for the complete movie. They say, give me the trailer. If I find the trailer is interesting, I'll definitely come and talk to you about the business. So can you look at multiple such trailers of various businesses? It is uploaded online. Yesterday, means last year, what was the total startups that was registered, and what kind of product manufacturing units were there, what kind of service oriented units were there, how many SOS were there, product as a service were there. Okay, so that way, software as a service, how many such companies were there, manufacturing sectors, how many such services were there, so research based, how many such services were there, and what was the total funding done for all these companies. This analysis will help you so that in a day which is expected to come in 1 year down the line, ನಿಮಗೆ ನೀವೇ ಆ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, if I want to start a business, your mind will be prepared to analyze and understand. I can ask for this kind of, what we call it as a funds. I can approach these angels for funds and I can ask for so many funds. I can approach MSME and I can get these loans. So your vision becomes very, very clear, and your vision getting it achievable, manifesting it in reality, that also becomes very naturally real if you know the facts. If you don't know the facts, it will be difficult. So what you will have to do it for the next 6 to 9 months is, you will have to start planning all these activity from day one, because then only you will be ready after you complete your final year to start your journey. That is what we are telling. One is improving on your skill sets, improve your communication skills, improve your English proficiency. Learn Excel. Excel is one of the best data analysis tool. Excel is there not from today, it is there from past 30-35 years, and Excel is grown from past 35 years from what it is to what it can handle. Advanced Excel, pivot tables, you should be an expert there. Data analytics and data science is a very important topic. Today all is about how you analyze the data. All of you should know, whenever there was a election that was announced, there were a group of researchers who always told, even in cities like Bangalore, it cannot be imagined that only 55% of them have voted. They say, as I know all of my friends, nobody has told that I don't want to vote and they have stayed at home. But somehow it was not matching the tally. Now that SIR is happening, all of you know the real data is coming out, and the real data is there were at least 30% duplications, and that was the reason when the count of how many people voted in every election came up, it always used to show 30-40% less. That means we nearly had 90% plus what we call voting percentage. Why? Wrong data. So having the right kind of data was a weapon for us. All of you should know that if this right kind of data analysis wasn't there, I think most of us wouldn't have lived, and we wouldn't be breathing whatever we are breathing. Sometimes God gives you technology because He knows a day would come where without this technology, the human existence would become inexistent. That is what happened during Corona. All of you should know, because I'm talking about data analysis and data science, how important it is. See, last time when we had vaccination, it was a polio vaccination. For polio vaccination to get into research phase, to get into development phase, and to get into implementation phase, in that implementation first phase, trial phase, and then the trial was successful, second trial, and then it was given as a vaccination to all of them in the world. It took nearly 8 to 12 years. Some of them say 8 to 12 years. But when Corona happened, the same thing was done within a span of 3 to 6 months. How was it possible? And everybody has an idea now what is the vaccination? What was Corona vaccination? Taking the virus Corona and directly injecting into your body. That was called as vaccination. Polio vaccination means taking a polio virus, injecting into your body, and what is injected should not initiate a corona disease in you. It should only improve your immune system. It should naturally make your immune system start working, start functioning. That was the whole objective. How much of quantity to be given, and what quantity to be given, and what quantity to be given for what kind of age group. For a pregnant woman, how much of quantity should be given. For a child, how much of quantity should be given. People live in the most cold weather, what kind of vaccination works best for them. So there were a lot of research that was happening, and for all this research to be coming to a complete stage of giving the vaccination, I think most of us would have died if it would have crossed more than a year. And all this we were able to do at a miraculous time. Why? Because we had what is called as data analytics and AI literacy because of artificial intelligence. This is one important. And you should also learn problem solving skills. See, you cannot become an entrepreneur when you don't know how to handle problems. Modi became what he is, or Abdul Kalam became what they are. It is because they knew how to handle problems, project after project, how to handle problems and how to grow out of it. So problem solving skills and definitely presentation skills, and you need a strong teamwork also. Or you as an individual ready to work in a team. ನೀವು ಟೀಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ, then what happens, you can always look for being an entrepreneur. And even when you get into an interview, one of the rounds of an interview will be a group discussion round where they check how is your team responsibility there. When they put you into a group, is it that you consistently keep on talking, or you are a good listener also? God has given us 2 years, making us actually listen more and speak less. Are you following this activity problem? Sorry, teamwork, adaptability, professional etiquette. Do you have that in you? Come what may, from tomorrow, few of you should decide, I will not go to college with any casual dress. Every day I'm going to wear a tie. Every day I'm going to wear a white shirt and a dark trousers, and I'm going to go like I'm an IT professional. If you can do that, if you can bring such small changes for the next 6 to 9 months, so that your immediate lecturers should start telling, I see a change in you, then God also will say, I see a change in you, and this change shall be permanent with you, and God bless you, and that shall happen. It is you who will have to take up this choice. From today, can I make all these changes in order to see myself becoming very successful? For accounting, definitely you have BCom, then MCom, or you could get into Tally, you can get into data analysis, you can learn advanced Excel, and you can get into entry level jobs like accountant, GST, account executive, audit assistant, or then you can get into more professional courses like chartered accountancy. So there are a lot of careers that you could plan. And for BBA students, for account students, you can get into banking sector, you can get into digital and finance, you can get into relationship and advisory. These kind of jobs will be possible. There are a lot of certification and specialization courses available. International certifications are available which you can pick it up. Professional certifications can always help you. You can become a chartered accountant, you can become a company secretary, you can get into tax and accounting, you can become a business analyst, you can learn softwares like Power BI, you can learn data analytics, business analysis. So all this basically why we are telling a degree plus a skill plus certification plus experience can build a very strong career profile. Do you have that strong career profile built right now? Do you have a resume? When people look at the resume, our annuspeco, wow, this is the candidate I'm looking for. For that, does your resume have so many ingredients so that when a HR looks at your resume, you should feel this is the candidate I'm looking for this job, this is the candidate, he can definitely fit into this job. So the next option would be for you to go to the interview and match your resume. So professional resume creation and professional profile building in LinkedIn is also equally important. You will have to start working towards it. You should get into interns for marketing. That means for BBA students, there is nothing like having work experience. See, if you go without a work experience, they treat you like you are an untouchable. The moment you say, I have worked as an intern, I have worked as a part-time, I have worked in part-time jobs, and this is the kind of job what I have done, they will start looking at you as an experienced person. The summons, the quicker you getting the job is very high. If you have internship exposure, you have job exposure. That's the reason we say, can you work as intern, as a digital marketing executive or a social media executive or a sales support? So these makes a lot of difference. Both BBA and BCom students can also get into marketing, sales, digital business. You can definitely get into any of these verticals. It's not exclusively for somebody. Always remember, getting into specialized environment is always going to get you higher pay. First decide where you want to go. In the same vertical, you start climbing the ladder of success. Don't opt from one place to another place. Avagena in career will not look as expert careers. It will actually look as I'm master of all, but I'm good in all, but not master in anything. That will not get you that high salary bracket. Keep that in mind so that it helps you. You work as an intern, then get into executive level, then specialist, then you will be a manager and you will be head of for that function. So choose one such vertical and start growing. And for human resource also, if you are a BBA, you can get in as an HR internship, HR executive, then you become a specialist manager, then you become a business partner, or you also become a CEO. Just like Pichai is a CEO. He's not only managing technical things, he's managing the entire Google, and it's not an easy task. Even an engineer can get into that level if he has the right kind of skill set. So you should also do. What are the essential skill sets? Communication skills, emotional intelligence, negotiation skills. Very, very important. Emotional intelligence means how to handle difficult situations. But by not exaggerating yourself, by not getting angry, how can you be that captain cool like Dhoni and see to it every difficult situation is handled with utmost care, not exactly criticizing, condemning or complaining about anything, trying to take the matter as cool as possible and trying to give a solution. So very important. The then would be for BCom. You could actually learn Excel, you could get into SQL basics. Power BI is a very beautiful tool for both BCom and BBA. So how many of you know Power BI? How many of you are familiar with Tally? Okay. How many of you are good in Excel? What is a pivot table? I would have asked you if you would have told I am good in Excel. Okay, how many of you are good in MS Word? Guys, all the skill sets is compulsion. You cannot run away from it. You should be expert in Word, expert in Excel. You should know every formulas in Excel. You should know Tally in advance. And how many of you know SAP FICO? Because you are commerce students, you are BBA students. SAP has multiple functional modules. SAP FICO is a financial module. You should know that. There is no escape. You will never get into good jobs if you are not equipped with all this. I think the placement officer should be emphasizing on all this. You cannot qualify yourself as a BCom holder without any of these skill sets. Again, I am telling you, ನೀವು BCom ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, MBA ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. To call that BCom and MBA as a qualified graduation certification, if you don't have these skill sets, you will be still treated as an undergraduate only. A graduation is not going to be just graduation alone. Graduation is a growth of your maturity, growth of your mind, growth of your awareness about your subjects and things that are surrounding your subjects. Graduation also means having that awareness of what job I will have to get into, and for that particular job ಏನೇನ್ skill sets ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. This is also the knowledge you grow as you complete your first year, second year, third year. Have you seen at home when a responsibility is taken and when such things are done? Your father and mother use this statement. For the first time I knew ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ದೊಡ್ಡವಳಾಗಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತು, ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ದೊಡ್ಡವನಾಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅನಿಸ್ತು. ಯಾಕಂಗ ಅಂತೀರಾ ಅಂದಾಗ, ನಾನು ಒಂದು ವಾರ ನನ್ನ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಊರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆಗೆ ಹುಷಾರಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ for that 1 week my son was capable of getting into the business and he has executed it so beautifully. That is how you grow. You don't grow by age. You grow by actually acquiring these skill sets. Chaiwala did not remain as a chaiwala and die as a chaiwala. Fisherman did not live as a fisherman and die as a fisherman. They promoted themselves to the next and the next level. These you will have to follow, guys. Irrespective of, you cannot run away from this. If you are looking at that dream job which can fetch you 1 lakh plus salary per month, if you are looking at that kind of a job, you cannot actually play yourself down. You cannot take yourself casually. Do not sit in that comfort zone. Every day it has become our attitude that from yesterday to today, what was your growth? I have sat in the same comfort zone which I sat yesterday. That means you and the animals in the zoo, they have lived the same life. What is the difference? All of you should know this human life is given after so many incarnation. Multiple ಜನ್ಮಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಿಲಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಜನ್ಮ ತೆಗೆದ ನಂತರ ನಮಗೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಜನ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ. ಆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ ಸಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಲೇ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಸೋ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಫುಲ್ ಟು ಗಾಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಯು ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಬಿಲಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಯು ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್. The moment you are blessed as that human, every day your prayers has to be, oh God, thank you so much for giving me this human life. I will live this life so fruitfully that when I die, you will not feel like I wasted one human life on me. You will always feel proud that, yes, I lived a life and I lived a life like this. That is what we say, living life out of conviction. When you live life out of conviction, God will design the way you want and your life will go exactly the same. One beautiful example is Abdul Kalam. One day when Abdul Kalam, he was at his 80s when he was addressing a small press conference. One of the media reporters, maybe it was a Deccan Herald media reporter, he went up to Abdul Kalam sir and he told, sir, ek prashn hai, I have a question for you. Then he told, what is your question? Sir, I think you have lived a very fruitful life. You have lived a very blessed life. You have lived such a selfless life. I think you are the most happiest man on this earth because you know that you have lived your life fully. But still, do you have any last wishes? As soon as this question was asked, Abdul Kalam felt so happy and he told, thank you so much, what is your name? And he took his name and he told, thank you very much for asking this question. I wanted to make this announcement in public, like this is my last wish. The entire media was in silence because they wanted to listen. What will these last words of Abdul Kalam be? That is when we say, Kayakave Kailasa Bayal Helta Madadalla. Adanna when you live and when you die, that is called a Shrestha life. He told, I want to end my life. I want to take up that last breath. When I am addressing students, when I am telling them something, when I am teaching them something, and these were his words, the universe simply read it, Aham Brahmasmi, he created it for himself. You can create that for yourself. I want to get into a job which can get me 1.5 lakhs minimum salary per month. You decide it shall happen, but for that you will also have to take up some baby steps. God will only help those who are ready to help themselves. You take up the baby steps, rest he is going to do. He is going to give you abundance. And just 9 months after that incident, one day when Abdul Kalam sir was addressing a small group of people in university, as he was explaining, he took his breath in. Before the breath could go out, he collapsed. And his wish became a true because he lived life with so much of conviction. God also never wanted to say, your dream of what you wanted will never be denied, it will be delayed. It was delayed for 6 months and finally his last breath happened, and it happened as he wished for himself. Because he created it. Aham Brahmasmi. The same person also told, dream is not the dream that you get when you close your eyes. Dream is something which will never allow you to close your eyes. Right now with the kind of things what I am telling, you should pick up one such thing. You should attach yourself so much to that and you should say, come what may, I will not go away from this. He asked me, do I know Excel? I will learn Excel. He asked me, do I know data analysis? I will learn data analysis. He asked me, can I be expert in public speaking? I will learn to become a public speaker. He asked me, am I good in communication skills? I shall master the communication skills. He asked, do I know my Microsoft Power BI? I shall learn this Microsoft Power BI because my goal is also to see that I am going to be in the topmost job which can fetch me nothing less than 1.5 lakhs plus salary per month. This target when you fix, automatically the situations will start working and opportunities will start pouring in. When Pichai stepped into this Google office for the first time, he stepped in telling that one day I am going to be the CEO of this company, and he stepped in because he wished he wanted to become a CEO and he became a CEO. Right now people who are sitting here, you are also capable of becoming the same company CEO. Who told it's not possible? It's very much possible. If you think you can, you can. If you think you cannot, you cannot. The choice is in your hand. If you can make that right choice, things will work. So please don't run away. MBA is equally important. Government jobs, guys, it's very easy to write a competitive exam. It is not at all difficult. Just because you did not try and actually get into that phase of writing competitive exams, you will feel like becoming an IAS officer, clearing UPSC, any kind of administrative competitive exam will be difficult. Definitely not. I have seen students who are very low in aptitude. They have learned how to improve their aptitude and they have done. People who are very low in maths, they have learned maths and they have cleared the paper. People who had failed their second PUC, they have cleared the paper. A daughter of a food merchant, he has cleared. A daughter of a beggar, they have cleared the exam. I am telling you, it is not at all difficult. It is all your mindset. If you think you cannot, you cannot. If you think you can, you can. Please keep working towards it. Any kind of competitive exam will definitely not be difficult for you. Any kind of railway exams, any kind of public sector opportunities which comes along with the examination tag, definitely adu difficulty irodilla. You will have to prepare in the same manner. See, today you guys are blessed with the greatest weapon like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and even Gemini. You can always go and talk to him and you tell him, I want to clear this exam. How should I prepare? He will give you a list of activities that you will have to do. You follow those activities, definitely I am telling you, all of you will be capable of easily getting through. Only thing is you will have to make up your mind. So the entire entrepreneurship journey also, let me tell you, there is nobody who is made to become a businessman. He is not born to become a businessman, but anybody, if he has a will, he can definitely become a businessman. I am telling you, each and every of you, madam sitting here and you sir sitting here, if you think you want to be a businessman, you can start working towards it. It's very much possible. So there is, first have an idea, then start building the skill accordingly and start having a business plan and hunt for that first customer. That's all. It starts happening. Miracles have happened. College dropouts have become great business people. Dhirubhai Ambani, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. I can go on. There are a lot of possibilities, but that doesn't mean that they did not give importance to academics. Bill Gates somehow completed his university and got a certification because he felt like if I would have been a graduate, I would have become a better businessman. So all of you sitting here are capable. For girls, you can go through a lot of such ChatGPT's inputs by asking them, give me so many list of names of 25 people who are ladies who have started their startup and which is now a 1 billion company. You will get not one or two, hundreds of them. Look at their ideas, understand their ideas and group yourself, start thinking towards it. There is nothing that is going to be impossible by you. Humans are made because we are capable of creating that possibility. It is within us to create that possibilities. You can work. And yes, startup e-commerce systems, other things are also very good. And if you want to get into a small job or any kind of a job or being an entrepreneur, what are the small hindrances that you will have? When I get into an interview, why do you think people will not select you? You have a degree, but if you don't have proper communication skills, you will not be selected. If you don't have proper technical skills, when I asked you, do you know Excel, do you know Advanced Excel, do you know Power BI, do you know SAP, you told no. Do you know data analytics, you told no. Do you know data science, you told no. So for technical skills, when you keep on saying too many no's, definitely you will not get selected. And along with that, problem solving skills, so professional behavior, internship experience, job experience, and adaptability for new things, ivella bandu employability skills. Nimmalli illa andru, you will have to start developing it right from now because that can help you to get a job. Why people don't get a job, people don't become an entrepreneur? Because of weak communication skills, no practical skills, no internship, no job experience. Okay, and poor interview preparation andre interview alli attend ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ there are certain skill sets ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು particular learning ಅಲ್ಲಿ specialization ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದು, all this can definitely depend why you don't actually get a job and what exactly the employers look from each and every one of you. So for the next 6 months, I have given you a lesson plan. I'll be sharing this PPT. You first 3 months to prepare, identify the career you want to go, improve on your communication, master Excel, build professional resume. ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗೂ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ if you are aiming at that good job. It is very important. Again, I am telling you, improve on your communication skills, improve on your Excel skills, build a professional resume. That is the stage 1 for the first 3 months. For the next 2 months, choose the specialization you want to get into and build a small project and build your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is considered as the greatest profile for job seekers because that is where all the job givers will be hunting you and they will be calling you for an interview. So prepare your LinkedIn profile. From 7 to 9 months, we will increase it if you have only 9 months. Internship try ಮಾಡಿ, mock interviews attend ಮಾಡಿ, you ask your any of your senior lecturers to conduct mock drills, mock interviews so that you get ready for that. Aptitude preparation ಇರುತ್ತೆ, you can ask even AI tools to give you that aptitude test. Even AI tools can interview you. If you go to Gemini and say, you assume that you are an interviewer and interview me for this particular post. It will interview you and it will also give you the rating between 0 to 10. What were your strengths? What were your weaknesses? Then understand industry requirement and network with people who are in the industry. Try to look for people working in Infosys. Try to have a friendly environment with them. Try to talk to them once in a month, once in 2 months. Try to know people who are in Infosys, Accenture, Microsoft, Dell. So look for the top 20 companies and pick up one such person who is working and have a networking with them, trying to understand ಯಾವ ತರ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಫ್ರೆಶರ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಜಾಬ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ್ದು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ರೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೌಂಡ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ರೌಂಡ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ ತರ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಹೌ ಡು ಐ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ. These questions should be running on in your mind for the next 9 months. And then finally apply for the job, attend interviews, build professional network and start getting job opportunities. This is your ultimate goal. Ee tara work maadi. And to decide on a pathway, we always say your mind is aligned to something. Illa annodilla. See, your heart is also aligned. Andre yaude one particular vertical ge I have a strong love towards that also will work. And my technical skills also matches will always work. So we say, if I want finance, accounting, analysis, I should like and love numbers. Nange numbering ಮೇಲೆ ಇಷ್ಟ, ನನಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಅನ್ನೋರು ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್, ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. Guys, I've come all the way from Bangalore and remember, everything in life never happens out of coincidence. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸಬಹುದು coincidence ಅಂತ. No. Everything in life happens incidentally because it was written in your destiny. Somebody will come and he will throw some words. Give your subconscious mind that complete focus. He will pick up some words and he will help you to grow. Don't be a dushman of yourself. Be a friend to yourself. Ask him to sit. I know your age will not allow you to sit in the chair comfortably for 10 minutes. Your attention span is less. I know psychology, but still, if a man can actually tell to himself, I will sit come what may, that means you are a good student and you can definitely grow out of it. Few lines what I am saying, it is coming because of the incident that I have watched, because of the responses what you have given. So keep your ears open because one of this is definitely going to transform you. So keep that and be attentive. Every of your parent is not enjoying their life at home. They are working so hard. They are working at a painfully to see to it his daughter or her daughter or her son or his son will come home learning so many things from the college. Let us keep this home such a happy home. They will be struggling to keep that. Many of your parents are not those who are blessed with abundance, prosperity. They are striving to actually get into this zone and they know if their son and daughter will work like how they have worked, they cannot become prosperous. So they have put you into the best of the best college, trying to see that their son and daughter will be somewhere very higher and very taller. Please work towards it Again, I'm telling you, your love, your attitude will make all the difference. I love people getting to HR, sales and customer. Last two slides we will wind up. I love creativity, then get into marketing, digital business and branding. I love business, then get into management and management consultants and become an entrepreneur, start your own business. I love technology, I like working, coding. Then you get into analytics, fintech and digital business. I want to get into government service. There is nothing like government services. If you are seriously interested, you can get into competitive examination. Any person who is not even 60% and above in his 10th, or even if he has failed in his 10th, or if you have failed in your plus 2, again I am telling you, it is still not at all impossible for you to clear the competitive exams. We have seen lot of such old facts where people have cleared even after they have failed 10th once and 12th once. It is possible, but only thing is, if you have made up your mind, you will have to say yes. I want to build a business. Yes, if you are striving for that, get into entrepreneurship. With this we end up. Don't just get a degree, build a career. If you have any questions, I would like to answer. Otherwise, I think the session has ended. Anybody has any questions? We get into corporate world. We have handled sessions in Infosys. We have handled the sessions in Accenture. We have given them training sessions. And once call center started, we have handled call center training also. If you have any queries, any questions related to your career, related to the path, related to business you want to start, related to MSME, related to Mudra loan that government has started for people who want to start new businesses, I am ready to answer. Everything is available. Today you can start chatting with a AI tool. We has all this exposure. You will have to simply start talking to them. You will know that your career is easy for you right now compared to what it was in the past. Don't stay away from AI. AI is definitely going to take away few jobs, but AI also is going to gift you with multiple jobs. It will gift you with the capability of completing monstrous job in few seconds. That's possible because of AI tool. So learn the AI tool and become the person who is going to take the job with the AI tool. With this, I will wind up. If you have any questions, I would like to take up the questions. Any future Draupadi Murmu's questions? Any future Chaiwala or Missile Man of India? Okay, a big round of applause to me and for all the organizers who organized this. ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಒಂದು ಎಸಿರಿ. I would be happy to answer. Everything has gone inside, or everything has bounced back, or I was just watching something else in my mind and the lessons just went through. How was the session? See, we could not give a personality development session because it was about your career buildings. So when I say I will have to build your career, I'll have to give you instructions. So with instructions, it cannot be a very focused class where you will actually sit in such attentive manner that your focus will not leave me even for a second. That cannot happen with this kind of a topic. That can happen with a topic like leadership skills, time management, goal settings, how to achieve your dreams. And these are such motivational topics where I can always take your attention span, not allow you to divert even for a second, and I can complete the entire flow and you will not know 2 hours would have passed. That will happen. But in this career building, and when we are talking about the right kind of paths, the wrong kind of paths, your career, it cannot happen in that sense. Again, I'm telling you, God has not created us to live an ordinary life and die as ordinary. It is a choice that most of us make, that we live a mediocre life and we die as a mediocre. I don't want any one of you sitting in this hall to think that I am born mediocre, I am going to die as a mediocre. No, you are a born leader and you are going to die as a leader. For that, from today, put up some convictions in life, because human life has to be filled with conviction. Otherwise, animals also live in the zoo. They also reproduce, they also eat, they also excrete. You also do the same thing. What is the difference? The difference has to be that I am living life out of conviction. I have a dream and that dream shall be my ultimate goal, and every minute of my living it is going to be only because of the dream. And when you start living like that, miracles will happen. You will start getting help and energy from everywhere, and you will definitely achieve whatever you wanted to achieve. So if there is no questions, we'll wind up. If there is any questions, I would like to take up. How many of you would like to become an entrepreneur? At least if you can raise your hands. Is a businessman agbeku, startup shuru madbeku. Okay, how many of you want to become housewife? It's very clear. Housewife. No, none of you. How many of you want to become house husbands? None of you. When you have taken none of you for these two, either you can become a businessman or you can become an entrepreneur. How many of you want to become entrepreneur or a businessman or a businesswoman? Raise your hand. I think you are not Indian. How many Indians are here? Raise your hand. Indians. You are not an Indian? Okay, good. Now I got that. How many women are here? Please raise your hand. Women. Ma'am, you are not? Okay. Everybody has raised. Okay. Everybody has raised. Half raising means? Half raising. Let it be full. How many women are here? Please raise your hand. Raise your hand. Okay. That means how many men are there? Please raise your hand. Okay, 2, 3 are half raised. I don't know what to say, but still I will take it as a yes only, because today we don't know what is yes and what is no. So please put your hands down. How many of you would like to work? Raise your hand. God is asking you, please raise your hand. God is asking you, please raise your hand. You don't raise, you will scold yourself very badly. Okay, how many of you want to start a startup? Or how many of you would like to start a startup? Rest of them ಯಾರು ಅದಕ್ಕೂ raise ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೂ raise ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ there is a joke. I don't know how to put it across, but still it will be nice. Until your principal asks me to stop, I would like to go for a simple story. All of you would like to listen to a story? Okay. I was in my for final year engineering. I did my engineering in UVCE. I had a very strict principal who was also our HOD. He was an HOD of our computer science department. He was just like your principal, a very strict man. He always gave us lot of activities. Our prati sati namge ಬೇರೆ activities ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. What kind of activities he used to give? Such activities used to teach us lesson for lifetime. ಅವು ನಮಗೆ ಲೆಸನ್ಸ್ ನ ಲೈಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾವಿಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಒಂದಿನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, he called all of us to a seminar hall and he told there is a project for every one of you. All of you should do this project. It is getting into any kind of a job, experiencing the job for half a day or a full day, and then you will have to give the report of that particular experience what you had. He just wanted us to feel that no job is easy and no job is difficult. Most of our superiority and inferiority complex, how it develops is, even without trying, we decide some of the jobs are very easy, anybody can do, or we decide that some of the jobs are very difficult, nobody can do, even I cannot do. This has been a perception of human until somebody tries and he executes. We don't want to try it. So they said, let us remove this mind block. I want everyone to experience, irrespective of whatever qualification you are. Sometimes over qualification does not mean you can do every job under the sky. Sometimes under qualification does not mean that you cannot do most difficult jobs in your life. No, we have seen examples of both the extremes. I have seen example of such people who did not have any such academic skills. They have built such high business and there are a lot of engineers and PhD holders working for them. Like most of the last benchers who have built their own enterprise and first benchers are working for them. We have seen such extremes. So he gave a big list, being a carpenter for a day, being a conductor for a day, being a clerk for a day, and being a security guard for a day. He gave us all the verticals. For some of the jobs you feel, oh, I am overly qualified for this, I don't want to do this. He wanted that mind block also to be removed. Somehow he gave us the choice, we can pick up anything. When everybody has already taken one choice, he told no repetition of choice. ಯಾರನ್ನ ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆಯವರು ಬೇರೆ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಕುಡ್ ಗೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಶೇರ್ ಅವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ವಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಟೇಕನ್, 3 were there. Among that 3, one was being a conductor for a day. ನಮ್ಗೇನ್ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು, ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಟೇಕ್ ಅಪ್ ದಿಸ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಡೇ. ಯಾಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅವರ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ರಜನಿ ಸರ್, he was a conductor and he became a superstar. We thought we will get into that vertical only. Naven heladvi, we will take up this being a superstar, we want to take up being a conductor for a day, and he told, okay, you need not do it for one day, do it for half a day. We agreed. We went and we started preparing. What was the preparation? We had to choose which bus, we had to choose from where to where it should go, and we wanted to choose a convenience so that it's easy for us to execute the job, because all of us want the job to be executed perfectly. So naven madidvi, we went, we understood the entire bus routes, and we wanted to take up the same bus route which Rajini sir had taken. He had taken a bus 171 route which goes from Majestic to Kormangla. We also told we will take up the same. So we went on Friday and we made all the preparation. We spoke to the conductor gave us okay, and he told, oh, yes, and we understood number of stops, we understood what is the charge for full seat, what is the charge for half seat, what is the charge if it is a senior citizen, and how to identify if it is a pass. Ella by heart madbitvi. Eshtu perfect at by heart madidvi andre, we used to ask each other, we were 4 in a team. We used to ask each other and we used to find out whether we know the prices, we know how to identify. We had become experts. So we told the HOD we will be doing it this Sunday. HOD told I will also come. We never wanted him to come. But he told I will also come. We told thank you sir. But that thank you in communication, yakadru bartira sir, na hogi eno mugiskond bartidvi. Then he told it's all right, I'll come. I told okay sir, because your HR and your principal, your HODs can read your mind. When you submit the answer script, with what words you are submitting, do you think they can't read? They will read. After reading also, ನಮಗೇನೋ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ವೇನೋ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ನೀವು ಬೈಕೊಂಡೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ನಾವು ನಗನಗ್ತಾನೆ ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, knowing that you wouldn't have actually meant in your mind the same. That is how elders are. Only when you come to our age you will realize what we are going through. You will never come across the importance of your mom, importance of your teachers, importance of your dad, and importance of your principal until you come to their age. Only then you will identify how much of push they would have done to see to it that you become successful. Selfless job they are doing. Very happy for them. So we told yes, and we got ready on that day because we had this khaki uniform for practicals. We also wore that khaki uniform and we were looking very smart. So we came and we thought girls also will come. We were interested, we thought girls will come, but when we came to that bus, we were looking, all were elderly passengers, no women at all. At least aunt also, if we would have felt happy, no aunt also. It's okay. HOD came. HOD told, guys, are you ready? We told, yes sir, we are ready sir, completely ready. Then he told, okay. I went up to the conductor, I took his bag, he gave me the tickets. Tickets were in the form of chips. It was not an electronic system. I took the ticket and he told all the best and he went. Is all the best means? All the best. Nijaglu olledagli. Sometimes we say all the best. All the best means maga eno kaadide. That is what was the driver told. I whistled it so loudly, the driver got irritated, he turned back and he told all the best. All the best means conductor job is not easy. You will get certain mindset people. Lecturer job is not easy. You will get certain students. ಈ ಕಡೆ ದುರ್ಯೋಧನನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಅರ್ಜುನನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. And it is the most difficult situation and the same thing is going to happen. That is what the driver told. I told, sir, we are by-hearted, not in words, in my mind. I also told, okay means ಏನೇ ಇದ್ರು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ. Then he started. I went to the first passenger. The driver was looking at me. 4 ಜನ ಇದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ we took up turns. What was the turns? First 10 passengers I will do. Next 10 my friend will do. Next 10. After ಕೆರೆಗೆ 3 ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. Afternoon will happen. We had to go. HOD also told okay, and I took the bag. I got to the first customer. I went. I never wanted any mistake. I asked her where she wants to go. She told last stop. She was just taking the money from the purse. I picked it because I wanted to be fast. Now I picked it and immediately I gave the change and the ticket, and the driver looked at me and he told all the best. Means this is easy, more difficult will come. Then I went to the next passenger. I told, where do you want to go? One stop was already gone. She told, I want to go to market. I told, Amma, we are going in reverse direction. Most of your destination is something else. You have got into some other bus and you are praying for God, I want to go to Kashmir, I want to go to Kashmir. But actually bus is taking you to Kanyakumari. Means, in your life, you are executing few things, sitting like in a bus of Kanyakumari which is taking you to Kanyakumari, and you are expecting yourself to be in Kashmir, it will not work. Ask yourself, are you getting onto the right bus and are you sitting with the right mindset? Immediately I whistled, I asked you to stop. I told her, Amma, you are going in the wrong direction. Come. There is one more bus there. Go catch that bus, go back to Majestic and then go. I looked at the driver, he was still not happy. He told, all the best. I mean, still waiting. Then I went to the next. And I asked her, where do you want to go? She told Shivaji Nagar. Most of you, if you want to be an entrepreneur, be here. At least make the choice. Na? Most of you have not made any choice at all. The biggest thing is she made a choice. I am so happy. So what I told, Amma, it will not go to Shivaji Nagar, but don't worry. You come with me till Double Road, get down in Double Road, pick up another bus and go to Shivaji Nagar. If you want to be an entrepreneur, come till one particular place, pick up another bus and go there so that you are actually in the same path. You are not exactly in the wrong path. I am talking about paths. So everything was done. Now 10 passengers was over. I had to give the bag. I was not ready to give the bag. Why? Because the 11th passenger was a beautiful looking girl. She was wearing such tight jeans and t-shirts. Somehow I could not miss. You take all the heroines and make that masala puri. She was a package like that. Aishwarya was also in her, and latest Priyanka Chopra was also in her. Everybody was in her, but she had a company. Valentine pakadalle kuntidru. Irli bidi. Namgeno, we saw beautiful thing. So my friend told, give me the bag, give me the bag. I told no. Instead of 10, we will do 12. Why 12? Now I went up to her. Okay, she's the most beautiful girl. I'm just looking at her. Now I'm preparing myself, impressing. Na? So I'm preparing everything. Bag is ready, ticket is ready, driver side is also ready. Now I asked her, ma'am, where do you want to go? What would be her answer? My heart went to the driver. Driver will drive ಮಾಡ್ತಿದಾರಲ್ಲ. He pushed my heart back. I had to catch it. ಏನು ಹೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು? Bhaiya andidre, to be a brother for a beautiful sister, arey yaar, that's a pride. To be an uncle to a beautiful girl, again is a pride. Girls, grandpa, see, ಈಗಲೇ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇರ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ. 20 years ಹಿಂದೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೀರಿಸ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಏನು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. Okay, anything else? It's a lesson of your life. I went up to her, I asked her, where do you want to go? Do you know what she told? Sir, I don't know where I want to go, give me wherever you want. As a conductor, I am ready to give her a ticket for wherever she wants to go, but as a passenger, you have not decided where you want to go and you are telling me, I really don't know where I want to go, give me wherever you want. How will you handle? ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. HOD ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಡ್ರೈವರು ಹಿಂದೆ ತಿರುಗಿ ಆಲ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್, as soon as he's turning, it looks like he's saying all the best. For the first time I understood what that all the best is. I thought maybe because it is English she's doing that. I went up to her again and I told, Akka, yeah, stop, go. I asked her, ಸೇಮ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕಣ ಅಣ್ಣ ಅಣ್ಣ ನನ್ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಕಣಣ್ಣ ಏನೋ ಸಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಪಾತ್ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ತರ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೇಳ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಐ ಟೇಕ್ ಅಪ್ ಎ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮನೇಲಿ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ರಾಗಿ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ಎರಡು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ಅಣ್ಣನ್ಗೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ಮಗನ್ಗೆ ರಾಗಿ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ಏನೋ ತಿಂತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರ ಎಸ್ ಎಲ್ ಸಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಎಸ್ ಎಲ್ ಸಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತೀರ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನೀವೇನ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ತೆಗಿಯಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಾಪ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಮಗಳನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಎಸ್ ಎಲ್ ಸಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಏನ್ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಿ ಸಿ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀಯಾ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀಯಾ ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀಯಾ ಏನ್ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡು ಅಂದಾಗ ಮಗಳು ಅವ್ರ ಮಗ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಏನೋ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಏನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀಯಾ ಅಂತ ಅವಾಗ see most of your decision because we are talking about paths see very serious story and very serious way of scolding every one of you I am telling you what our mother will say one ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡು ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆ ರಾಧ ಯಾವ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬಿಡು ಯಾವ ತಗೊಂಡಿದೆ ಯಾವ ಕಾಲೇಜು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೂ ನೀನು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡು ಹೋಗೋಕ್ ಬರಕ್ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಇದೆ ಓಕೆ ಯು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡಿಡ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಿ ಯು ಸಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಬಂತು ಆ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಯೋರ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆಯವ್ರು ಏನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆ ಟಿವಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಆ ಟಿವಿ ನೀವು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆಯವ್ರು ಯಾವ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಹೋದ್ರು ಅದೇ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ನೀವು ಹೋದ್ರಿ ಈಗ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ನಡೀತಿದೆ ತಂದೆ ಮಗಳು ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಓದಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಮಗ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಓದಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ಲೇ ಮಗ ಏನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀಯೋ ಪಾ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಏನ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಏನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀಯಾ ಅಂತ ಅವಾಗ ಆಕೆನ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಮದರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಲವ್ there is a care there Abdul Kalam's father was a fisherman he was a fisherman for most of his cousins and all of them became a fisherman but for Abdul Kalam he was a scientist and he became a scientist how you look up with your dad is what you are going to become how you look up at your teacher is what you are going to become are you looking in the eyes of prosperity or are you looking in the eyes of comfort zone that is all the difference then you say ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡು ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆ ರಾಧ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದೆ ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆ ರಮೇಶ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಜಾಬ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಸರ್ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಹುಡುಕ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಗಂಡು ಹುಡುಕ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂತಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೇಗಿದ್ರು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಜಾಬ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಯಾರನ್ನಾದ್ರೂ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀಯಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದಾರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಹಂಗೇನಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಓಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ ನಿನ್ ಮನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದ್ರು ಒಂದ್ 3-4 ಜನ ಗಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಹಾಕ್ತೀಯಾ ಅಂದಾಗ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಏನೋ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಹಾಕ್ತೀಯಾ ಅಂತ ಅವಾಗ ಒಂದ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡು ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆ ರಾಧ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರ ನೀನು ರಾಧಾ ಇಸ್ ಯೋರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಯಾರು ನಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ನನ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೋ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ರಾಧಾ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಅವ್ರವ್ರ ಹೆಸರ ಈ ಕಡೆ ರಾಮನ ಹೆಸರು ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ ರಾಮನ್ ಯಾರು ಮದ್ವೆ ಆಗ್ತಾನೋ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೇ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅಂತ ಸೊ ask yourself this question were you not influenced by whatever you have taken not by your skill sets ನಿಮ್ ಕೇಪಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ನಿಮ್ ಕನಸು ನನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನೀವು ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್ ನೀವು ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಯೋರ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ as herd mentality ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಲ್ಲ the path that was taken which was not taken by anybody we take them as example in this class a chai wala who took up a different path we take him as an example a fisherman who took up a different path we take him as an example a tribal girl and a tribal boy who took up a different path we take their example Nelson Mandela and also Draupadi Murmu because they dared to take up the place where nobody else has taken that is what is called as your personality your personality should not be a copied personality now I go to the same girl and I wanted to ask but I'm confused but I thought maybe women are always like this they don't say what is in their mind and they cannot express I thought I will ask his Valentine one more smart boy was standing I went up to him no English direct question sir Sir, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು R stop ಇದೆ. Yeah, stop ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ sir. He also told, I don't know. What will I say? ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ನ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದ, ಬನ್ನಿ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬನ್ನಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ. ದೇ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಈಗ ಬೇಡ ಸರ್, 15 ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 15 passengers difficulties will come, trouble will come, I'll have to learn to handle. I told I will handle. Immediately it was a double road bus stop. I visioned, and the bus stopped. One elderly couple, ganda ಹೆಂಡತಿ, they are aged, but our ಮಗ 18 ವರ್ಷ ಇರಬೇಕು. But he was holding his mother's hand like this. He was actually licking his thumb. I could make out he's mentally little retarded and he needs assistance. Maybe they have come to Nimans because I stay very close by. I knew that, and immediately I gave them rooms, and without them asking the ticket, I gave them the ticket, 3 tickets, and I told, sir, after 3 stops it is Nimans. Once sir, I made arrangement. By that time, next stop bandittu, Nimans stop came, the bus stopped. Bus stop ಮಾಡಿದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ I told the elderly couple, Nimans ille sir, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೆ. For the first time the driver looked back, he took my name and he told, Mallikarjuna ಅವರೇ, look at his respect. Mallikarjuna ಅವರೇ, ಅವರಿಬ್ರು ವ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟೈನ್ ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಸ್ಬಿಡಿ, something is wrong. Now for a very simple journey from Majestic to Kormangla, which will not take 20 minutes, which has prefixed 14 stops. When I asked them, where do you want to go, ಅವ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಪದಗಳನ್ನ ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೂ ಅನಿಸ್ತು, ನನಗೂ ಅನಿಸ್ತು. In this life of each and every one of you, you are going to live at least 80 years. I am asking you whether you want to go for job, whether you want to become an entrepreneur. None of you are raising your hand. If you want to become an entrepreneur, what do you want to become? None of you are raising your hand. What kind of job you want to get? None of you are raising your hand. I am pushing you to raise your hand. If I can scold them all the bad words, ask, what should I scold each and every one of you sitting here? Is there a problem with technology? No. You have the technology in your hand. आपको सोच इतना छोटा क्यों है? Why has your सोच become so small? Are you handicapped? Can I tell you blind people becoming IAS officers? Are you actually slow, mentally retarded? Can I tell you people who have become scientists? Is your father a fisherman who doesn't know how to count money? Tell me how many of your father who is actually here, he doesn't know how to count money? No. Then still, your choice was not done. What will God as that conductor do? What will he do? He's coming and asking, where do you want to go, ma? You have not decided. ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆಯವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. When you have not decided, don't blame him. You have not decided. He did not. You have not. Ask this serious question to yourself. ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಇದೆ, ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಇದೆ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಗುರುಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತುಮಕೂರು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಎಜುಕೇಶನಲ್ ಸಿಟಿಲಿ ನಾನಿದ್ದೀನಿ. You should browse on internet. Education city in Karnataka means Tumakuru will come, Bangalore won't come. People used to move from Bangalore to Tumakuru to learn because they felt like this is the place where they can score the highest marks. I've seen my friends when they had to do +1 and +2, they shifted to Tumakuru. They felt like it's an education city. And you are from that place. So many scientists have come out of this place called as Tumakuru. So many, not 1 or 2. And all miraculous entrepreneurs are from a remote villages, and you are living in the city at a very vicinity or in the outskirts of the city. Blessed are each and every one of you. With this, if you are not going to take up a biggest jump, I am telling you, dushman bagal mein nahi hai. Every one of you is a dushman to yourself. Every one of you sitting here. You have such a beautiful campus, you have such a beautiful principal, you have such a loving parents, you have such a loving campus. You should come to Bangalore and see some of the colleges. ನಾನು ಉಸಿರು ಒಳಗಡೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಆಚೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಉಸಿರು ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೋ. ನಾನು ಮುಂದೆಯಿಂದ ಬರೋ ಉಸಿರೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು, ಹಿಂದೆಯಿಂದ ಬರೋ ಉಸಿರು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೋ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಔಟ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಆಚೆ ಇರೋವರೆಗೂ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರವ, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ನನ್ನ ಅವನೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್. Sheshadripuram College, ಅಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೂ the kind of per square feet area that every student occupies, if you check, you are living in real garden city. We are not living in garden city, concrete city. You are living in such a beautiful ambience. You are living with such a lovely teachers. You are living with such a good principal. You are living with such a good newspaper called as Deccan Herald. I think you should not miss any of this opportunity, because nothing as an opportunity comes to you as a coincidence. No, everything was destined and it has come to you. It is your responsibility. Can you pick this opportunity with pain? Because I have told you, where there is pain, there is gain. No gain without pain. Pick up the painful one and start growing. I wish you all the best. Thank you, love you all so much. God bless each and every one of you who is sitting here. One more big round of applause. That's it.